Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 25 of the Disney Dollhouse from Hachette. And in this issue we have very few parts, not very many parts. However, a lot going on because we will be putting these trim pieces along the walls of the frozen room. So let's go ahead and open the parts. Got the book open to the correct page. And it shows, sometime, one of these days I'll figure out I should open these before I start the video. But it shows sanding these down. They actually fit really well without being sanded down. We also have, let's flip back here. We have a fish table. Come on, focus. There you go. You got a table here from the Donald Duck room, along with a tropical drink. So those will sit in there like that. I might just put these back in here. And cut this. Probably will just cut this to where, hang on. I love it when I get ahead of myself, but I might cut that off just so that I can hold those pieces. Don't know yet for sure. I have a lot of storage for this. So I'm going to do like I normally do, which is I'm going to pop these in instead of gluing them. They fit well, they fit snugly. There's really, that's interesting. That's the first time that's happened. There's really no reason to glue these. They pop in and they will hold decently well without glue. Although, interestingly, this is the first one that I've had that doesn't quite fit. It fits both sides, but it doesn't fit both sides at the same time. It's like it's just a hair too short. So let me find an implement of destruction, a flat one. I found round ones. Let me just sand this a little bit. There, and a little bit there. It's going to turn out there's three different sizes. Not really, but there we go. And that's why they don't need to be, what was I going to say? They don't need to be glued in. Although, let's see, we're going to put it this way, make sure it does. That actually does need to be sanded a hair more. You can see it bowing out there a little bit. So let me sand it a little bit more on each end. The reason I flip the file around is so that I can see for sure that something is coming off. They should fit snugly, but not so snugly that they're bowing out the piece itself. What I was actually looking at before, okay, there is no mark for a sprue there. This one is very close. There we go. I might have to glue that one in. It's no longer bowing out as much. I think it's a little bit, this might be a little bit bent. We'll have to see how it works out. So we got the top panel here, which would be good. Yeah, that's the right way. I was thinking I had it on there wrong. Got the top panel, got the bottom panel. Let's see if we can not over glue this time, like I did with the last one. That should be good. There's a very small bead of glue on there. I'm about to put it on backwards. Or not backwards, but the wrong way. So we're going to hold that in place for a minute if I can manage to keep hold of it. Do you think maybe I'm having a brain embolism? This past couple of videos, I can't talk hardly at all. So hold that in place until it sticks, which looks like it's doing that now. And if it pops off when we're putting it on the wall, be a piece of cake to put it back in place. We'll do the same thing, just a little bit of glue down here. Not a very big bead at all. Move this out of the way. And then pop this into place. Make sure the ends are matched up. And that is, yeah, that piece is curved a little bit. That's what's causing the problem with the piece there. Let me see if I can get this to actually stay in place. So I'll set that off to the side, let it dry a little bit, bring the house back, and what we'll be doing is we're going to be working in the frozen room and putting all the trim pieces, the lower trim pieces, into place. I'm not going to need the book. I'll actually put it aside. This piece here, this small one from stage 23 or issue 23, I'm not going to glue in because it's backwards. I'll put it in upside down just to hold as a holding placeholder, but it's upside down because the curve or the slanted parts, not even so much the slanted parts, the top and bottom rails are made wrong. They're cut opposite of what they should be. So the top rail is cut like the bottom rail, and the bottom rail is cut like the top rail should be. We'll put it in place. We won't glue it. We'll wait and see, because Hachette did say that it was the replacement part was going to be in one of the shipments. I don't know if I ever got it because I bought this from a third party. Kind of looked through a couple of boxes yesterday, but since I'm on stage 25 out of 120, there's 95 stages. I'll press on with it. Eventually, I'll just glue it in place because it's not going to be that big a deal. It's going to be the back of the house. So let me pause, and I'll be right back with the main house, and we'll put these trim pieces into place. Okay, so we're ready to put these pieces in place. This one is just pushed into the wall. If I can get it out. It does say in the book, if need be, to sand the bottom edges down. And I noticed something right after the last video, and I was like, this is kind of weird and ominous. This is the ground floor or the first floor, which depending on which side of the ocean you're on, but it's the bottom floor of the house. And there's a hole here for a stairwell. I'm guessing it goes down to the cellar room, a cellar room, but a cellar room at the back of the house is like, how are you going to see that in the model itself unless it comes out the back? It's a little bit odd in my mind, but that's okay. We still love it. So what I'm going to do, what they say to do, is just apply glue here and here, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply enough, not a liberal amount, not a whole huge amount, just enough, a small bead across the bottom. I was thinking maybe I'd do it on the back here, but it actually is raised a little bit. We're going to put some glue here. And then we're going to make sure that this slanted edge is over here towards this corner, because this wall is wallpapered down to the bottom. And so you won't be putting any of this trim on here. So I'm just going to bring it down, lay it into this corner first. Just push it across. And I'll actually slide it up against this wall and then push it as it was before when I had to pull it off into the groove in the wall. And I can see that it is pulling out a little bit on the bottom, so I'm going to drop the cap to the glue. Okay. Gonna have to find that little bit cap. Never mind. I found it. Caught the cap with my arm and plus dust bunnies down there. But I'm pushing this in because it is popping out a little bit. I don't know that I have a clamp that'll reach that far down in. No, that's about the longest clamp I have. So that's almost sticking. Let's see if we can make it stay in place by pushing this one in here. And like I said earlier, this one's actually upside down. The groove that catches the wall is on the wrong side. And I'm just making sure that the bottom edge sticks to the wall. And then we have this one here. Come on, catch hold. Because I don't want that to be popping out the way it is right now. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, see that little bit? It's pulling away from the wall there. But I just realized, can I get this into place? I have a window right here. There. That'll hold it in place while it dries. And if it doesn't dry, I'll have to pop it back out, which is maybe all kinds of ugly. I'll do that off camera. So then we have this one here. We're just going to run another bead along here. And tell me what you think. What is going on with that hole in the floor? Of course, this has been built by many people, so I could go find videos. I'm far from the first person to build this. I could go find videos, but I like the conspiracy theory. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to position it all the way up against this little short wall, this piece right here, and into this groove. If we go into the groove, come on. Go ahead and put that on there. Make sure I'm putting this on here the right way. There we go. I had it too far down. And you can see it's popping up on either end as well. But with where this one is, I can pop a clamp on either side. That one's not going to be long enough. Grab another clamp here. Push that in. Set this one in place. Just let it sit there. I'm not going to glue it in yet. What I can do, though, is I can take a little piece of double-sided tape. take a little piece of double-sided tape, which I've used on other builds. Always fun to find the end on double-sided tape, unless it does this and grabs hold of the side protectant paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece off and get rid of it. If I can find my scissors, they're here somewhere. X-Acto works just as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of double-sided tape and I'm going to just stick this to the wall that way. And instead of trying to go along here because I've got the groove there and the wallpaper to catch, oh yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Never mind. I was going to say run it down this way, but I've got the piece, this part here, sticking out. But I've got it down far enough to where it's not going to interfere with the wallpaper. So we're going to slide this in here, push it up against the wall, and now it should stay, just like that. That may actually be how it ends up staying in place once the house is done, since, like I said, I'm not sure when I'm going to get the replacement part. If I'm able to get this part in and out with this door in place, because this door comes pretty quick, I think, then I will continue to leave it unglued until I know for sure I'm not going to get it. If it won't fit, I guess I'll have to leave the door out for a little bit. But that, my friends, is all there is to do in this stage. I really appreciate you stopping by, watching me build a little bit today. I'm just looking at this. If I do use this the way it is currently cut, what I may have to do is take it off of the take the panel off of there, because there's a nice big gap right back here. I mean, very visible gap. I'll have to do some adjustment on it. But like I was saying, that, my friends, is all there is to do in this stage. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying this as a great build. It really is a pity that they have not yet released it in the States. It would have been great to get it on the monthly basis, well, I don't know how many people would actually build it besides me, but have as many people as possible building it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next video.